Hi everybody, Mr. Owens here. I'm going to teach you a little bit about inequalities. So for this unit, it's really all about your ability to read in algebra and think in algebra. So remember, algebra is like a language. You're learning a new language, and this is just another thing that you have to learn how to read in algebra. So you've probably seen some of these before, and remember, inequalities literally means not equal, right? Inequality. Let me move this out of the way a little bit so I can write that down. So inequalities literally means not equal. So when we're talking about inequalities, we're talking about things that do not have an equal sign, right? Equal sign means both sides are the same. They're equal to each other. But with inequalities, we use these symbols, okay? And this one is less than, right? Because we read left to right, and this number is less than this number. If you need help remembering which one is which, remember that the open side, in elementary school you probably did this, the open side, it's like an alligator, right? And it's going to eat the bigger number. It wants to eat the bigger number. So the open side is towards the bigger number. So that's less than, this is greater than, okay? And then there are two new symbols which are very similar, okay? This one is less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. And what this means is that it's kind of like if they took an equal sign and they added it with a less than sign, and then it ended up being, they kept the line on the bottom and then put the less than, okay? So less than or equal to. And I'll go into that in a second, what that means, okay? Then this one is greater than or equal to, okay? So these are symbols you just have to know. You know, I wish I could tell you something nice that, about like what these are, but really you just need to memorize them. You need to know what these symbols are. It's part of reading in algebra, okay? So let's start with this one here. I have x is less, this first one, we'll do x is less than 3. So first let's translate this to x is less than 3. That's literally what that means, okay? X is less than 3. And when we're talking about this, we can think about, okay, what are possible answers for x? What could x possibly equal? Right? Let me just move this out of the way. What could x possibly equal? So could x be equal to 2? Yes, because that is less than 3. Could x be 2.9? Yes, that's less than 3. Could x be 2.99999? Yes, because that's less than 3. Could x be negative 12? Yes, because that's less than 3. Could x be 3? No. Right? X cannot be 3. So what this means is that any number smaller than 3, not including 3, is what x can equal. So the way that we show this is with it on a graph is we are at 3 on a number line, and to show x is less than 3, we have an open circle, and then we have a nice thick big arrow going less than, okay? So an open circle, the open circle is really, really important. And if you are getting confused about why an open circle, please email me, kowens@jeffersonesd.org. Please email me because it's a kind of long explanation. But I'm happy to do that. Or show up to my office hours, Tuesday and Thursday, 1:30 to 2:30. All right, so sorry, let me just move all of these out of the way because we need more room. So here we have x is less than or equal to 3. So let's write what this actually says. X is less than or equal to 3. All right? X is less than or equal to 3. So could x be 2? Yes. Could x be 2.9999? Yes. Could x be negative 12? Yes. Could x be equal to 3? Yes, it could, right? Less than or equal to 3. Could x be 3.001? No, because that is bigger than 3. Okay, so when we have less than or equal to, we have a filled in dot, not not an open dot like up here, a closed dot. It's shaded in, okay, a big closed dot, and then you have your arrow going to the left, okay? And that is how you graph x is less than or equal to 3. So if it's less than or equal to, you have a closed dot. All right, so up here, I'm going to put open dot with an arrow. And here, I'll put closed dot with an arrow. All right. Oops, wrong one, sorry. Right here. Closed dot with an arrow. So for greater than, right, it's going to be same as less than, right? Open dot with an arrow. Greater than or equal to, closed dot with an arrow, okay? All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going here. Okay, let's try this. All right, so here we have x is greater than 3. X is greater than 3, okay? So could x equal 4? Yes. Could x equal 3.000001? Yes. Could x equal 3? No, because x must be greater than 3, right? So here we're going to have an open dot going to the right because it's greater than, getting bigger, okay? And then the next one, sorry, let me just clean this up a little bit for you. Okay. Okay. So here we have x is, the way we read this is x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay? Greater than or equal to 3. So could x equal 4? Yes. Could x equal 3.00001? Yes, it's bigger than 3. Could x equal 2.9999? No, because that's smaller than 3. Could x equal 3 itself, greater than or equal to? The answer is yes. So because of that, we're going to have a closed dot, and then our line is going greater than, getting bigger. Okay? I hope that makes some sense to you. Again, if you have any questions or if you're confused, please email me or come to my office hours. Okay, so moving right along, you're going to have some algebraic, not equations, but algebraic inequalities to solve. And you can treat this just like you would if there was an equal sign. You can actually pretend it's an equal sign. So if you want to use do and undo, you can, right? So for this, you start with x, multiply by 2, subtract 10. Instead of equals, you're going to have greater than or equal to 2. So for the undo, right, you're going to start with 2, and then you're going to do plus 10, because it's the opposite of minus 10. The opposite times 2 is divide by 2. And then you're going to have greater than or equal to x, all right? So then you can just get started, right? 2 plus 10, oh, sorry, negative 2, sorry, it's negative 2. Negative 2 plus 10 is positive 8. And then you have 8 divided by 2 is 4, okay? So then you'll have x is greater than or equal to 4. Sorry, I put this on the wrong side. So x is greater than or equal to. So x is greater than or equal to 4, all right? If you want to write this in algebra, which remember, that's what we're working towards. We're working towards being able to write this in algebra. So I draw a line down the middle of the inequality. Our first step is going to be adding 10 on both sides. These cancel out, so you're left with 2x is greater than or equal to 8. Negative 2 plus 10 is 8. Our second step, right, is going to be divide both sides by 2. These cancel out, you're left with x is greater than or equal to 4. And that's the answer, okay? And then if you were asked to graph this, right, you would make a number line, and you say, okay, at 4, right? We're at 4. X is greater than or equal to, so it's going to be a closed dot with a line going this way. Nice, thick line. Nice, healthy, big, thick line. Okay. All right, I hope that makes some sense. Let's do one more just to make sure that makes sense to you, okay? So again, here you can use do and undo if you like. Here we have x plus 5 all over 8 is less than 2. So remember, a fraction means division. So here we're going to start with x, add 5, divide by 8 is less than 2. Now the undo part, right? The opposite of divide by 8 is times 8. The opposite of plus 5 is minus 5. And then we're going to have x is less than, right? So if you want to get started, right, step 1 is 2 times 8, right, equals 16. Second step, 16 minus 5 equals 11. So x is less than 11. So x is anything less than 11. If you want to write this in algebra, remember our first step, we need to get rid of that divide by 8, so we can multiply by 8 on both sides. The 8's cancel out. You're left with x plus 5 is less than 16. Okay. Then our second step is going to be to subtract 5 on both sides. The 5's cancel out. You're left with x is less than 11. Okay. And then if you want to graph this on number line, right? So you go to 11 on number line. X is less than 11, so it's going to be an open circle and a nice, healthy, thick line going to the left, okay? And that's how you graph it. So x is anything smaller than 11. X is anything less than 11. I hope that made some sense. If you have any questions, please email me and come to my office hours. All right, good luck, everybody.